Alright, what's up guys? So this is just a short weekend review this is Sunday, January 27th, 2019. I'm just going to cover two of the main pairs that I'm focusing on this week, just my two favorite setups for the week if these play out. Yeah, so let's get into it. So this is UJ, right? Please zoom out a little bit. I'm expecting a macro dollar scenario. I think dollar is going to I think it's already topping out. I think we'll see something. It could run up and take out. Well, we'll talk about that after. But basically, what I've been looking at is this is the range low, range high. This is a weekly range, right? And this is mid range right here. You see this move. This was the down move that led to the move up, right? This is the break in market structure, this high. And it retraced down, tested it, flipped SR, and then rallied, right? It rallied here, went to the range high. And then it did the same thing here. Down move before the up move, retested it, right? Took off. This never made a higher high, and this eventually broke that level, SR flipped, and then kind of tanked off and sold off from there. So I think we'll get something similar on this, right? This was the support right here, so I think the flip is resistance right here. So that's kind of what I'm basing this off of, my high time frame. For me to get involved, I would need to see this break, right? Like we talked about last week, it was stuck in a range. It could very well be in another range this week, but I think we'll see kind of a down movement now this week soon. But yeah, this needs to break right here. So I drew out this 4-hour block is what I would kind of need to see. So I need to see a breakdown below here, clean break, and then find resistance here, right? And then I would be looking for the sell-off. Unless I see something blatantly obvious, like another swing high, or taking out these clean highs or something like that, that's most likely what I'll be waiting for. I'll let Monday play out, and then kind of go for that. I'll actually do dollar index next before I go over dollar CAD. We talked about that a little bit in the last review. But dollar index, this is my weekly level right here. So if we see why I picked that. So dollar index, yeah, found support here, right? Found resistance here, kind of chopped through it. But you see, this is the up candle before the down move. And now this is taking stops below here. So I think this is a valid level right here, below this candle, or sorry, the open of this candle. And this is my SR level right here, right? Support, broken, got back above it. See, I found a little bit of resistance there, but then I got back above it pretty quickly. If it can't hold this, that means I think this is going to kind of find resistance here again and then roll over it. And this was actually the deviation, not this, right? Because this was the break and then this was the deviation back above. Unless we find support. If we find support here and then take off and take out this level, then we can talk about going higher. But right now, I think this is pretty bearish. So I still think we could push up into this level right here, fill in this gap, right? Have support turn, flip resistance. This would actually be your breaker right here, if you want to use that. Right, so that's your breaker right there. You wait for it to come up, give you that high time frame confirmation or the low time frame breakdown, and then you kind of wait for it to roll over. You can short it right there, but you're kind of shorting into support right there. So I don't know how I'll play that. But let's see. But I'm definitely waiting for this to break. Once this breaks, I think UJ and UCAD will definitely have some room to roll over at that point. So now let's go into dollar CAD right now. So like we talked about, this was the high time frame level. I'll just zoom out again, just so you guys can see. So this was the range high, range low, and then my last video I actually messed up. This was the mid range, not the range low that I was talking about, the orange line. So we can definitely see it trade back up into this. It's kind of similar to something on dollar Swiss as the gap risk, right? It could definitely fill this in and do a proper SR flip. But this is looking pretty weak, and like we said, it could sell off pretty fast. So I'd be looking more for something into this and then the breakdown. I would need to see more confirmation on this just because, like we said, we do have this gap risk here. So this is where I'm looking to take a trade, and if it ultimately just smashes through this, then I'll be looking to take that same trade here and then targeting that mid-range that we were talking about earlier, right? So these are kind of my 2 points that I'm looking at for triggers on. Again, like unless I see something on the weekly high, weekly low, yesterday's high, low, that kind of thing, like a kind of swing failure pattern, these is most likely what I'll be looking for to get on board. But yeah, thanks. I'll do my whole weekly review later this week, but talk to you guys soon. Later.